Hey everybody, Pastor Bill here. This is Fixing Things. Man, I am mad at myself. I'm mad at myself, and I'll tell you why. But today is going to be a milestone in the f600 build. Today we're going to attempt to get its maiden voyage on. So, on the last time we worked on the truck, the only thing that was really stopping me was a vacuum line. Yeah, a vacuum line. And for the booster. So I bought the right size vacuum breaker thing. It holds the vacuum in the line in the tank. And then I ordered the hose that I needed. And this was the hose that they sent me. And this was supposed to be like 2 feet long. I don't know what 2 feet long is supposed to be. Not only that, it ain't even the right size. So you know what I did? I remembered that there was still some air hose hooked to the vacuum tank on the bottom of the truck. It's halfway between the cab and the rear tire, and there was probably 5 feet of hose still left on it. So I cut it off, left about 2 feet on there in case I wanted to tie into it to create more vacuum for the brakes. And I cut off a piece of the original hose. I could have got it running last week. Could have been driving it last week. But if you note, here's the right size and here's the wrong size. Paid good money for this. Don't worry, I'm gonna let them know. I don't know what. This is not 24 inches. Someone's been lying to them. His wife has been lying to him. So let's get this thing on there. Let's get the battery back in it. Let's do all the stuff we need to do. Get the antifreeze back in it. Clear up all the trash on it. Because I don't want to go down to my driveway with the trash all on the back of the truck. And let's see if the brakes will stop it. On this episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. Woo! All right, I got the vacuum line on. I couldn't use even the original hose. It didn't work. I got some air hose off of a compressor that I got in the shed, and that works with a PEX fitting onto a heater hose. Oh, redneck ingenuity. So I got a heater hose coming out to a PEX, goes into air hose, goes around and into the barb fitting on the brake booster. But I got it on there. Now, step 2 of the plan. We got the vacuum, the motor should start. Step 2, let's get this radiator full of antifreeze. Got some cold weather coming. I may have to drain it back out to do the flip front end, but for the time being, we're good. The flip front end is definitely a this summer project, not out here in the cold. It's actually kind of cold. It was nice yesterday. It's cold today. You can see my eyes are watering. It's so windy and cold. All right, so I got a brand new barb fitting for the radiator, but I'm not gonna just put that brass into the aluminum. I'm gonna put some sealer tape on it. A lot of people make mistakes when they're putting the sealer tape on, and sealer tape is supposed to be, you put it on the same way as if you're winding it into a device. So lefty loosey, righty tighty. Just as if you're winding it into a device or threading a bolt. That way it doesn't come undone when you're putting it in. It'll unwind itself if you do it backwards. pull it tight. Pop it. There we go. In is open, out is closed. Okay. All right, let's put some antifreeze in this sucker. In the meat haul truck. Last time we ran it, it didn't have any leaks. And we had nothing but where we used antifreeze in it. The antifreeze is topped off. We'll check it after it warms up a little bit, see if it needs to be any more in there. Time to clean up the trash. Gonna be a lot of work. Got a lot of stuff on the back of that truck. All right, got the battery in, got parking brake put on. Back of the truck is looking good. The way nothing's gonna blow off it at the max speed of probably 3 miles an hour. I'm probably gonna do it first. And then I'm sure the carburetor's gotta be primed since it's been a year now since I made that video of the first start. So let me turn the ignition on, prime the carburetor, we'll give it a try. All right, ignition is on. I don't see no fuel in the tank. Oh, that's right, the thing wasn't working. Like this is the same gas. Gas don't last long anymore. All right. See. She didn't start. I put jumper cables on it and everything, and I determined that the gas I was using was bad gas. This is gas I bought. It's just bad gas. I bottle fed it, and it wouldn't pop off. It was just bad gas. I got it at Wawa. Maybe I shouldn't buy gas at Wawa no more. I had some stale gas that I took out of the truck. Some stale gas that when I was flushing it, I still had some. I was using it for the fire, and I put it in a bottle, hit the ignition switch, and it fired right off. Ran good. And it's not pulling fuel from the tank again. So next weekend we're gonna put some fresh gas. I got every gas can I got in the back of my Nissan. We're gonna put some fresh gas in this thing. Whatever it was, it must have been some of that eco fuel or some kind of crap, but I didn't buy eco fuel, that alcohol garbage. So man, it's a disappointment because I'm ready to drive it. I bottle fed it, got it up to temperature. It's holding vacuum on the brakes. I went over there and pressed the brakes, and the brakes seem to be braking. That's a good thing. It's not like I didn't get this thing running before. It sat for a year. All right, so and it's not drawing fuel back out of the tank. There should be fuel in the tank. So whatever it is, it evaporated out. And if that much gas evaporated out of this tank, it had to have been alcohol rich in fuel. So I'm gonna be getting good fuel by next weekend. I mean, good fuel. I'm gonna go down to the place where they don't have the ethanol, and I'm gonna put straight real gasoline in the me-haul truck. Hey everybody, it's a week later, and I didn't get the truck running. And I'm not gonna show you all the footage because it's just I'm actually kind of mad. I'm mad. The problem was the fuel that I bought and put in this truck is already bad. So some of that fuel that I bought is the fuel that I put in my lawnmower. Now that lawnmower doesn't run. Not only that, I kept that can because it was my brand new fuel. I didn't want to mix it with my fuels that I took out of the me-haul truck that's 20 years old. Right? So it just doesn't burn. I mean, doesn't burn at all. Now, I started the truck on this fuel a year ago, and I did an episode of the first start on the truck. And I did an episode where I cleaned the old fuel out of the truck. I got close to 10 gallons of fuel out of the truck. I'm sorry, my eyes are watering, not because I'm crying. Should be crying. But it's really windy out here. It's cold too. The fuel that they're selling us is trash. It really is. My lawnmower was working great before I put that fuel in. Then all of a sudden it had a head gasket go bad and everything else started knocking and pinging. The gas was bad. So last week, it was time to get the truck started. Put the battery in, got everything ready, checked the points, checked the plugs, did all the stuff I normally would do because it's been sitting almost a year now, right? I had it running for like 2 or 3 hours last year, just sitting here running. Ran good, but the new car, rebuilt the carburetor, again, got a brand new carburetor, cleaned the fuel out. All right, so I bottle fed the truck. I don't even know what I did with the bottle now. I bottle fed the truck, squeezing the fuel into it, and it wouldn't go. This was the fuel, the new fuel that I kept in the garage, and it wouldn't start. And so I wasn't assuming that the gas was bad because it hasn't been that long. So the problem, it was getting close. It was getting dark outside. I was probably 4 hours trying to figure out why my truck wouldn't start. I checked. It has spark, has everything that it was supposed to have. I didn't check the compression. So you know what I did? I took the can that had the 20-year-old gas in it. The gas that I took out of it. The bottom of the gas had the sludge. And we cleaned the sludge out. And the sludge, I got rid of that, burned it over in my burn pile. And most of that sludgy gas is, I'll show you. It's over here in this black hydraulic can. That's what's left of it. And I've been using it for my burn barrel across the road. And the gas that didn't have the sludge in it is right here. This down here is 20-year-old gas. This is the gas that I just bought. Now these other gas cans down here, I brand new just bought this. This is the gas that I've been running in my lawnmower. It's the gas that I put in the fuel tank when I started the truck up originally. Put the bottle fed, it wouldn't start. Put the 20-year-old gas in. I said, I'm just going to try some of this other gas that I got, because I didn't have any other gas, because it was all trash. Put the 20-year-old gas in it, squirt it in the carburetor, hit the switch, and the thing fired right up. Sounded perfect. Didn't miss a lick. What kind of gas are they selling us? That's the kind of gas, if you have a vehicle that you don't run, like a motorhome or a sports car that you only drive on the, when it's nice outside, or your motorcycle or your ATV, your lawnmower, something that you don't drive all the time, it's going to mess up your carburetor. The gas is going to lose its potency, and it's going to cost you a lot of money to fix. That's our new gas. That's what they're selling you. I'm telling you the God's honest truth. I put 20-year-old gas in this thing, and it fired right up. I put a year, yes, not even a year. It was last summer. We're getting ready to come into summer again. Last summer, I started this truck up on that gas. Now that gas is bad. It won't even burn. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. The gas they're selling you is trash. It's junk. It's no good. Today, I got some new gas. And I'm going to tell you what. No longer am I buying ethanol gas. No longer am I buying any other gas than ethanol-free gas. I don't care where I live. I don't care what I'm driving. I don't care what it is. It's going to have real gas in it. Because I'll pay more for it. I'll rather pay more for my gas than have it destroy my equipment. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change that fuel filter out. There was still debris in that tank from last year, and that filter looked bad. Let me show you. So you can see that filter is nasty. Then I'm going to blow some air into the line just to make sure there's no debris around the pickup tube. Because last time that we did it, that was when, but we removed all the sludge, so should work. Plus, I don't think there's no fuel in this thing. I think it all evaporated. So, let me do that. All right, here's the fuel filter. This is the inlet side. Here's the outlet side. And that was some nasty. That's the black goo. So obviously there's still a little bit of black goo in there. We're going to put a new filter on. Alright, so before I put the new filter on, I'm going to put some air back through the line just to blow any trash out of it. Watch out, puppy. Oh, that's not good. Pressurized the tank by accident. All right, so we got fuel coming out. That means there's fuel in the tank. Must have been a little bit of a blockage somewhere. Didn't look very clean. Now I got a lot of gas on the ground. But it's gonna take me a while to get it evaporate. Shouldn't cause too big a fire. Probably that gas won't cause nothing to fire anyways. We're gonna put some fresh gas in there. All right, let's get this filter on. All right, got a brand new fuel filter on there. This is actually a brand new filter too. Means there's still trash in that tank. All right, we're gonna put some fuel in here. Alright, so this is the 20-year-old gas. I'm not sure if I have what's left of that last batch of gas. The gas that was only a year old. I got a couple old gas cans out here, but I'm not sure. And I'm definitely not going to use the stuff in the motor that is going for the burn pile, because that stuff is just nasty, dirty, got oil and everything else in it. Alright, so let's prime the carburetor. Put a little fuel in the bowl. Hit the solenoid. Started right up with this gas. 20-year-old gas. not drawing any fuel from the tank. All right, you're gonna turn the ignition off. Oh, I was listening. I heard something hissing.
Coming through.
The air hose. Roger, Dodger, Roger. Roger, Dodger, Roger.
Roger that. As long as it's drawing, it's one of you.
Yeah. Why ain't it pulling fuel from the tank? The element is loose in there. That means the bad gas got past the filter. There's a secondary filter on the pump. Maybe I'll pull that off. Or I can blow air, take the filter loose, blow air back through the pump. Let me try that first. Took the hoses off. Let's see if we can put some fuel back through it, carburetor down. Pretty nasty. That's going back up to the carburetor. Not good. All right. That is some nasty stuff coming out. I'm going to get a new fuel tank. But I want to drive it today. I'm going to put 2 filters on it, one before the carburetor. So I want to make a new fuel line and put a double filter on it. Because I want to drive the truck today. And we're going to put a brand new tank on this thing. She deserves it. I don't know if you can see it. But that's the inside. It's nasty. All right, I think I'm ready to try it again. I'll show you what I got done here. So, I made a new fuel line. Goes down into this rubber hose here. This was supposed to be the vacuum line that went to that thing. It's carburetor hose size. Put new filter on down here, and then another new filter on the outside. But it's going to be temporary because I'm putting a new fuel tank on it. I'm going to take that carburetor back off. But today I want to drive this truck. I want to just drive it. Just drive it. Just driving around out here in the yard and over there, and just drive it and park it in a new spot so I can work on it and get it out of the way. By no means am I slowing down on the production of this truck. I just want it to start, and so the next thing we're going to buy probably is a fuel tank. I know I got my new rims over there, which they're really nice. But what's the use of having new rims on a truck if it ain't running? And that tank is full. It's full of trash. I cleaned it out. It looked clean when I put the scope down in it. Let's start this thing. All right, I got my ignition switch on. Prime the carburetor. Fire in a hole. All right, fuel is going into the filter. It's not up to the second filter yet. All right, it's up into the second filter. It is dirty. That came out of the fuel pump. Fuel coming out of the tank. Oh, blowing around out here. All right, it started up. Running on its own gas. Needs to be choked. Sit here and let it warm up, get everything out from underneath it, take it for a ride. Accelerator pump ain't working. It's alive. All right, that's going to be it for this episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. It's running, it's driving, it's stopping. What an ordeal. Bad gas. After just 1 year. Bad gas. The truck is running really bad because the carburetor's got a lot of trash up in it. We're going to take it apart. We got a lot of things we got to do on it, and I'm not going to run that fuel tank. We're going to get a brand new fuel tank for this thing. I seen a couple fuel tanks that were part of a toolbox, and they're hidden underneath. They're aluminum for diesel. That way, if it had diesel in it, I'm not going to worry. I'll mount it, cut some of the bed back, mount it right on the frame, and it'll have a toolbox, and it'll have my fuel tank right on it. And I'll keep it about 6 inches away. I want to build a headache rack up there because this truck's supposed to have the lights across the top, and it doesn't have it. They may say something at the inspection. It used to have it on the end of the bed. But it's running, it's driving. And she's beautiful. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's uphill now. It's uphill now. It's uphill now. Now it's time to make, I mean, it already looks beautiful. It's time to make it look beautiful. It's time to get it running, get that bed on it. Well, it's already running. It's running. God bless each and every one of you. We got a lot more stuff coming up on the f600. So stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you like the contents, things I'm doing, please subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm right at the threshold of YouTube giving me some more tools and allowing my content to reach out there a little further. She's nice. God bless you.